Thank you very much, Acting Deputy President. I rise today to join with my fellow colleagues in recognising and respecting the life of Dr Alan Eggleston, former Senator from Western Australia, and I associate myself with all those that have gone before me to speak here this afternoon. Dr Eggleston was born on December 30th, 1941 in the beautiful Western Australian town of Busselton, and he spent his early years there before relocating to Perth to attend Christchurch Grammar School in Claremont, where we held his commemoration service. After completing secondary school, he ventured on to pursue a degree in medicine at the University of Western Australia. And despite facing notable challenges due to his medical and physical condition, he modelled great determination and tenacity. Following his time at UWA, he travelled to the United Kingdom, where he completed his studies at London University and Birmingham Hospital. And he then returned to Australia as Dr Alan Eggleston. In 1974, Dr Eggleston relocated to Port Hedland. What was initially intended to be a short time became a 22-year commitment to the Pilbara region and its people. For those that are unfamiliar with the Pilbara, it can be a challenging place. Through my career, I've been a part-time FIFO worker to the Pilbara, and to base yourself there and live there is a tremendous commitment, and those that do absolutely love it. But its scorching hot summers and cold winters could not have been, or cold nights, could not have made for the idealistic backdrop for a young medical graduate. But despite that, Dr Eggleston devoted himself to his community, and we saw that right through his career, particularly as a senator. For 22 years, his Port Hedland surgery was a refuge in a region where access to medical care was limited. And at times, he was the only general practitioner for literally hundreds of kilometres. He cared for all with dignity, compassion and resolve, even famously delivering several babies mid-flight as a flying doctor. It was out of his deep commitment to service that Dr Eggleston went on to become a local government councillor and widely respected mayor of Port Hedland. It was his enduring commitment to service that led him to represent the Western Australian people at the federal level that we all have the privilege of serving here in this place. And he served in the Australian Senate with distinction for 18 years. Together with his devotion to the Northwest, Dr Eggleston was a committed federalist, believing that federal and state governments have a critical role in ensuring the best interests of regional Australia are served and not just the exclusive domain of the cities. Some of my colleagues have talked about votes that occur in political parties, and I have a sliding door moment that relates to Dr Eggleston myself, and it's due to a vote. I was a pre-selection candidate for the seat of Burt in 2016, and I was involved in the party, but not really in the forefront of the party, you would say. And I ran as a candidate and met with Dr Alan Eggleston, former senator at the time, and I, of course, knew who he was, but it was the first time he got to meet me. And through that meeting and that exchange that I had with him in South Perth, he made a commitment to me at that day that he would support me in my pre-selection, because he was drawn as a random delegate from State Council. And I knew it was going to be a very tight pre-selection, and it would come down literally to one vote. Unfortunately, Dr Eggleston was sick on the day of the pre-selection, and he wasn't able to come, and so I lost by one vote. But the sliding door situation is that I was, you would say, somewhat in obscurity within the party, but it went to State Council. And the decision was actually overturned by State Council, and I therefore had to do my pre-selection in front of State Council. So I went on to lose by that one vote, and I went on to State Council to have the pre-selection recontested. And had Alan Eggleston had turned up to my original pre-selection, I would have won it, ran for the seat of Burt, not have won at the election, and I would have been that guy that ran for Burt that one time. But instead, I was put in front of State Council, where I got the opportunity to be introduced across the whole State Council, and then literally 3 years later, I was pre-selected into the Senate. So life is filled with strange moments like that. And it was, that path may never have been open for me if that circumstance didn't happen. And these are small moments that remind us of how the lives of those around us can unexpectedly shape even our own. Now, it was a privilege to attend Dr Eggleston's commemoration service at Christchurch Grammar School. The auditorium, for those that were there, saw that it was filled to the brim with many people, old family, old schoolmates, former colleagues and even former premiers, with many gathering to reflect on the profound and lasting impact that he left on all that had the privilege of encountering him. His legacy will endure well beyond his lifetime, and his influence will continue to be felt in regional health, local government and indeed in federal politics. Dr Alan Eggleston will be remembered with a deep respect and admiration as a man of resilience, compassion and servant leadership. Senator Brockman just quoted actually from his obituary that I think he had in the West Australian, Senator Brockman, where he said, "He was a man of enormous heart, great intellect and unwavering courage. Alan never let the world define his limits. From doctor to mayor to senator, he carved out a remarkable life of service and purpose, always with humility, wit and determination." And you went on to say in your obituary that you didn't say just here, he was a dragon slayer. And that's true. Vale, Alan, you left the world a better place than you found it. May you rest in peace. Yeah.